you go. All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. Oh, let me get the overlay up. Not quite sure why I forgot that. A game between ToD and EnTe. This game can be taking place here on Tide Hunters as EnTe has spawned as the purple undead over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, ToD spawning as the green human over here on the bottom right. Not quite sure why the overlay still isn't working. There we go. As we are now looking at a human versus undead matchup. ToD opening up with a barracks first, no altar of kings. Should be some sort of tavern hero opening here on Tide Hunters, as well. The game is already underway. Coming back around, EnTe opening up with a altar of darkness, followed by that crypt right there. Crypt, altar of darkness, ziggurat, tomb of relics now being placed down as the first acolyte moves out across the map to do a little bit of, well, a bit of scouting. All right, I'm glad I didn't fast forward the first 2 minutes of this match, already showing EnTe going for Lich first in the matchup here. Ultra of Kings being late, Footman now being trained up, and should be heading out across the map to this tavern. This timing of this Footman should indicate to EnTe, if he spots the Footman here, that it is a little bit, well, it is not your customary timing. Acolyte now going to be, well, scouting out here, see this Altar of Kings, and as he sees this Altar of Kings, he knows that a Tavern Hero is already underway. One Footman going after the Acolyte. Acolyte should, well, easily be able to, well, move in between all of these locations here. ToD trying to micro, making it difficult for that Acolyte to squeeze through, but found another, well, walkway right there. Hero choices, well, coming across the 2-minute 15-second mark, we will see what hero ToD really wants. Coming back here, 13, 14, 15, and it is going to be a Panda first. Panda as that first primary hero as EnTe loses his scouting acolyte. Meanwhile, Lich is already out on the field, has a sacrificial skull, has a rod of necromancy, but I don't see ghouls really pulling over towards him yet. We're going to have ToD go after these particular creep camps, and by going after his opponent's creep camps here, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for him to get going. EnTe will benefit from these skeletons on the ground, but he's going to find himself a bit behind in experience as we see militia creep clearing over here down to the south as well. Panda versus Lich, yes, not your customary typical game in any, well, shape or fashion. All right, Panda coming back across, go after this giant sea turtle creep camp as well. Footmen already have defend, so 2 footmen, then tech defend, or 3 footmen and tech defend already. So clearing out all of these piercing damage creep camps with medium armor will be relatively easy for those footmen. Coming back around, Gargantuan Sea Turtle, however, a different story. How about this location here? Null Assassin, Null Warden, should be fairly easy to take out and perhaps even give level 3 to the Panda. Instead, gonna go after the Gargantuan Sea Turtle, quickly take it down, perhaps get a surround on it, trying to pull all of that aggro away. There's that Breath of Fire. Panda gonna be absorbing the majority of that damage here as we see the medium damage, well, medium armor quickly getting cleared up by those footmen and those militia. Back off to the north, EnTe already has his expansion up and building. Meanwhile, Lich sitting at level 2, Panda getting very close to level 3, gonna in fact get to level 3 and pick up a potion of greater mana. Expansion on both sides. Lich first expansion, Dark Ritual over Frost Armor. Interesting call. Arcane Tower right here, as we're going to see a little bit of damage come back across. Is that Panda going to be able to get off a big Breath of Fire across all of these poor units? That is the question now, as another Frost Nova goes down. Lich absorbing quite a bit of damage. Panda comes off, gets a Breath of Fire across multiple units, should be able to get some damage onto a Ghoul. Is he going to be able to get that Ghoul? That is the question right there, as one unit going to get taken down. Oh no, the Frost Nova, Breath of Fire finishes off one, and a Deny on the other, as the Lich now tries to retreat back. Meanwhile, Peasants have not yet set up an expansion as of yet, as the ghouls are still running around here. Lich doesn't have that much mana. as the peasants are just still wandering around here. Panda still has plenty of mana, should have enough for 2 breaths of fire across all of these units, and this could be a very big deal if EnTe is not careful. Skeletal Minion is going to get taken down. There's a breath of fire as the peasants, oh, what was that? A double denial, or a denial there, followed by a death. Multiple units getting taken out as we're looking at this low hit point peasant trying to back away. 32 supply compared to EnTe's 23. Army sizes are relatively small across the board. We are looking at, nope, no second hero as of yet. It could be, no, we are still only at Necropolis, excuse me, as this gold mine is waiting to get, well, fully saturated. Panda perhaps trying to go after EnTe's Lich. Lich does end up having boots of speed. Brewmaster coming back around Talisman, excuse me, not Talisman of the Evasion. Drunken Brawler adding overall hit points as ghouls now make their way over again. Ghoul is going to be able to easily shut down ToD's expansion. One footman trying to, well, keep all of these units alive. Staff of Teleportation inbound, and as the Lich shows up, gets in a big Frost Nova across a bunch of units again. Multiple peasants could get taken down here, as the ghouls are going to just clean things up. More militia being transitioned over as ToD is still staying at tier 1 to try and train up more and more of these peasants. Fast expansion attempts not translating into an economic advantage by any shape or any stretch of the imagination, as we're looking at another ghoul. Is it going to accidentally run across this panda? That's the question. There goes. Panda could easily get off an easy kill. There it goes again, as the panda now very close to level 4. Quick aggression by both sides. No one able to play the game that they originally wanted to play. Panda, boots of speed, 3 very low hit point ghouls, 2 getting burnt to a crisp with a third one possibly getting taken down as well. Panda very close, or already at level 4, getting closer to level 5 every minute. And level 3 Breath of Fire does, well, do a number on multiple units here. There's another Frost Nova again. Lich and the peasant worker count is simply has gone through the roof here. Scout Tower nearly, well, now trying to be repaired here, as the panda says, you know what, I will go ahead and just start trading this as well. Breath of Fire coming back across, finishing off one Ziggurat as it was trying to be built. Another Acolyte about to get taken down. Acolyte after Acolyte falling here. Footman with the Fen. Are we going to see another Breath of Fire? And no, it does not look that way, as the Acolyte down to 94 hit points. And it looks as though expansions are just suffering large amounts of damage here. Skeletal minions making their way back on over. Repairs trying to be done, as the militia are just putting in pressure once and again. Finally backing away here. Meanwhile, Footman going to finish off this Nerubian tower. And with that, all of the natural defense is going to be gone. Militia now trying to back away. Where is it going to try and go next? It's just going to go down, as the Arcane Tower is now up and operational. Arcane Tower going to push back these skeletal minions and that Lich with no problem. Panda looking to finish off this expansion, making sure to hit the reset button on EnTe. EnTe halfway, or, well, I would say 90% of the way done to tier 2. Meanwhile, ToD has yet to start, as ToD is, well, has taken the economic advantage, while EnTe has taken the tech advantage. We've gone to a typical human versus undead matchup here on Tidehunters. Timing just a little bit different, as the hero levels are, well, typically higher than they would normally be. No Breath of Fire onto that Lich. Surprisingly, regeneration not quite enough. Panda trying to back away again, as the Panda and those footmen are looking to perhaps just take down the Acolytes once more. All right, easy experience once more for ToD. Acolyte's going to get finished off. Nope. Well, one Acolyte able to, well, scoot back home, as a Slaughterhouse is now getting added in. All right, Crypt Fiends. Are we going to see defend? Yes, we are. Is it going to work against those Crypt Fiends all the time? Not necessarily. Slaughterhouse most likely going to get, well, canceled right there, as the Skeletal Minions, well, getting in on the action once more. Crypt Fiends still battling up. There's a beautiful denial by ToD, as level 4, level 3 Lich getting closer to level, well, about halfway to level 4. Meanwhile, Panda hasn't really gotten as many ghoul or unit kills as of late. And, well, the strange thing about this matchup so far is the fact that, look at the map. The map still shows, it looks like the map has not been crept at all. All of the experience that the Lich and the Panda have, the majority of it has come from the other player's army. With that said, the other players are. With that said, that Lich following into Death Knight second, that Death Knight is not going to have any real problem trying to level up. Goblin Shredder now quickly being trained up here as well, getting in some bonus damage, going after the Forest Troll Trapper. Interestingly enough, over the Rock Golem, Forest Troll Trapper does represent a large amount of damage and easier to take down with that medium armor, as the Rock Golem will get, well, felled here. Back off to the north side, Reef Elementals and Enraged Elementals finishing things up. Lich Death Knight going after, drawing after level 2. Not going to make it there, though, as the Lich is taking some of that precious experience. Tech to tier 2 is nearly done, and we should be looking at a second hero. Will it be another tavern hero or some other transition, as we're going into a blacksmith as well? Is it going to be blacksmith into workshop is the question, as a lot of, well, human players have transitioned away from the archmage and casters. It is interesting to see that the tech and the overall meta has of human players who have really gone for a lot of workshops or a lot of casters in the past, is now shying away from it, not going for a lot of priests, really didn't go for sorceresses because of Devour Magic. And human players are, it almost looks like human players are saying, you know what, I really don't need the Arcane Sanctum. We'll see if that is going to continue to hold true, as the Panda picks up Scroll of Healing and Scroll of Fire across multiple units. Are we going to see a Scroll of Protection, Scroll of Healing? No. Oh, well, Scroll of Healing was used in time right there, going after the Obsidian Statue. One more Breath of Fire should be enough. One more shot should do it. Losing line of sight right there. Breath of Fire coming across multiple units as the Naga Sea Witch gets taken down. All right, one Crypt Fiend about to get taken down. It does get taken down. I'm trying to catch up to that next. There's a Dark Ritual, as he does not want to give any bonus experience whatsoever. All right, massive repairs underway. Breath of Fire going after more units again. There goes more damage. Naga Sea Witch quickly resurrected, as the Panda does not have that Potion of Greater Mana, used it earlier. All right, Dark Ritual constantly denying that Panda that next bit of level. He wants more experience, but sees the Naga Sea Witch fall once more. Panda still going after more units. Lightning Shield on the Panda, going after more units again. Is he going to be able to get a Breath of Fire off? Going after the Obsidian Statue instead, as we're still looking at damage racking up. All right, Lich down to 330 hit points. Are we going to see enough damage here? I think ToD has overstayed his welcome, as the Panda going to go ahead and get a Breath of Fire off, but that's just not enough damage, especially with a Potion of Invulnerability still on that Lich. ToD overextends himself and now being forced to retreat. All right, straight out of the gates, both sides attacking each other relentlessly throughout this matchup. Lich is resurrected back out onto the battlefield. Experience on ToD's Death Knight at 2.5. Lich is at 4.5. Panda 4 experience shy from level 5. And that is just a major setback here. We are going into the workshop, and Panda does have a Potion of Healing. Gonna go ahead and use it to drop the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, picked it back up as the Panda looking to engage. There's a Breath of Fire, trying to go after the Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue looking to back away. Footman now joining in on the battle as well, as the Panda doesn't have that much, as the Naga Sea Witch could get taken down for the 3rd time in 3 minutes, as the Naga Sea Witch has just turned into an experience farm for the Death Knight and the Lich. Workshop is now completed. Tech to tier 3 is done. We are going into Knights, and well, Double Barracks Knights, in order to counteract these Crypt Fiends, is going to be critical. Double Dark Ritual, no Frost Armor. That's an interesting choice by EnTe. EnTe, without Frost Armor on those Crypt Fiends, may find it very difficult to keep the Crypt Fiends alive. It's not the first attack from the Knights that really cause problems. It's that second and third attack that Frost Armor provides, well, makes it so that it is that much more difficult for the Knights to finish off the target, since they are that much slower. Lich is now sitting at level 4, and I can't imagine the Lich going for, not going for Frost Nova level 3, and maybe at level 6 it will go for Frost Armor. But then again, Death and Decay in an environment where there is no Stormbolt is also a very big priority as well. Coming back through, Panda staying at 5 right now. Lich, or Naga Sea Witch staying at 2. May be able to get to level 3. Are we going to get a Paladin for Holy Light? We are. So ToD going for the third and final hero, and finally deciding to select a human hero for this human army. Panda and Naga Sea Witch has been leading the human army for quite some time. Paladin is more of a maneuver to try and be able to counteract some of that burst heal. One big downside I will say though is that there is no real easy way to use Orb of Fire for ToD. Unless you are using Orb of Fire on that Naga Sea Witch, which by then you are canceling your cold arrows. Now Knight is going to get Staff of Sanctuary back home. Yes, it will. Death Knight sitting at level 3 with Potion of Invulnerability. Lich no longer has it, as the Panda, now retreating back, does not have the Boots of Speed. Knights do have Animal War Training, and they are going to be trying to re-engage here. All right, finding themselves in the middle of the battlefield. That Breath of Fire really not hitting all that much, as the Paladin could be in trouble. Naga Sea Witch does not have, nope, Potion of Invulnerability being transferred back over, as the Knights are going after some of those units. Death Coil finds one, however, Crypt Fiend getting taken down there. Naga Sea Witch getting Holy Lighted. Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble, down to 149 hit points. Death Coil and Lich getting taken down. Death Knight with the Potion of Invulnerability, as the Paladin gets taken down as well. Death Coil continuing to save. Panda says, you know what, let me just go after those obsidian statues. And ToD has lost there's been 5 hero kills by ToD already. Breath of Fire finishing off more units, as the Panda now trying to get away again. Panda, is it going to be able to back away down to 252 hit points? Could turn around, try and Breath of Fire, get some bonus damage onto that Lich as well, as the Panda, well, finishes off 2 skeletal minions. Death Coil, Frost Nova. This could be a very big deal. Scroll of Town Portal, as the Lich does tick up enough. All right, Scroll of Town Portal back here, and it may not matter. Lich may be able to find it anyways. And no, the Arcane Tower. The Arcane Tower fed back just enough. That was absolutely huge right there. That Arcane Tower getting the damage onto the Lich. And, well, the Lich then out of mana. What a major, major setback right there. As I believe I saw the animation for that Frost Nova, and the Arcane Tower removed it in time. All right, Death Knight looking to finish off the workshop here. Panda, well, it does have a Potion of Healing regeneration underway. New workshop being built. Lich, Naga Sea Witch back in action. Knights getting trained up. One Knight, well, not part of the control group. One Knight, there you go, gonna come back over, as the Death Knight, the Lich, and the Dark Ranger will be working together here. All right, Panda trying to position themselves over Knights and Flying Machines. Going to go for the engagement here. 5-3-1 going up against a 5-2 and a dead one, as the battle rages on here. Lich does have level 3, and here we are, or level 3 Frost Nova, and here we are going into that battle. Frost Nova onto a Knight right there. And, well, the Knights with their 985 hit points didn't look like it really suffered that much damage. All right, Scroll of Regeneration is one of ToD's Knights not in position, and here we are going into an engagement here. Are we going to get some cold arrow slows? Yes, we are. To, well, try to finish off one obsidian statue, does get it, and is still inching forward. Paladin needs to back away. Cannot be allowed to be in that awkward position. Staff of Sanctuary saves the Paladin once more, as the cold arrows are now going to perhaps try to find their Frost Nova straight up across multiple Knights once again. The Knights are leading the charge, trying to catch up to the Crypt Fiend, but the movement speed bonus from the Death Knight allowing those Crypt Fiends to get away. Mobility, extremely important in any real-time strategy game. These Knights are supposed to counter the Crypt Fiends, but simply cannot keep up with them and to deal the damage even with only level 1 Unholy Aura. Alright. Undead expansion. EnTe does leave one meat wagon there, and we could be going into a bit of a problem. Death Coil finishes off one Knight there. Breath of Fire coming back across. Lich actually overextending himself right there. Staff of Sanctuary saves another unit. Scroll of Town Portal being used in order to get away. Are we going to see a departing Breath of Fire? No, we are not. Scroll of Regeneration quickly being used here. Paladin now in that front line position, looking to get some experience and get to level 2. obviously important there. Night getting purged, flying machines keeping track of the skies, wanting to make sure that, well, the undead army, if it does come over, they are ready for it. And here we are going into the engagement. Panda, Naga Sea Witch, here we are going to go for a flank here. Panda, Breath of Fire across multiple units. Frost Nova trying to, well, slow those knights in their tracks and doing a great job once more. Lich has been at level 5 for quite some time here. Illusion and units, and now another Frost Nova. All of these units just need to retreat back here. Multiple Staff of Sanctuaries will be needed in order to try and refresh these knights. As you can see that the knights are taking quite a bit of damage and, well, need to head back here. Abominations joining in on the battle as well. Are we going to see some more? Well, another clarity potion. No, nothing else here, as the illusions are purposely just being left behind to try and slow things down. Lich may try and go for a Frost Nova again, and there is another Staff of Sanctuary trying to save those units. Knight still retreating back here. Griffin going to get trained on up. There are no more Crypt Fiends. All right, that is the saving grace here. No Crypt Fiends left. Units are going to try and engage once more. There's some repairs, and here we are into the engagement. Breath of Fire. Todd's Griffin could easily go after an Abomination if a cold arrow is applied by that Naga Sea Witch. Continuing the fight through. All right, 2 Griffins out and about. Todd trying to keep his knights alive. Good to see you again. How's the weather there? Weather in Southern California is absolutely beautiful. 78 degrees and sunny. All right, Panda coming back across here. Paladin sitting at level 2 does have Divine Shield. Dark Ranger does have Silence. As we're looking at Todd going into high upkeep, a little bit of an odd maneuver by Todd, definitely, as he doesn't really have the third base to try and go for it, and he's not backing out yet. Todd does have 1,200 gold in the bank, and, well, he's going to quickly find that the Gargantuan Sea Turtle here is completely open, and the Paladin may try and get to level 3, also picking up a powerful consumable item. Meanwhile, Death Knight, it's going to stay, or it could get to level 4. Yeah, the Rock Golem is still back there. Panda and Naga Sea Witch backing away here. Naga, well, Healthstone as well. Beautiful item. Level 3 on that Paladin. Picking up a Scroll of the Beast could be very useful, especially if there are no destroyers out on the battlefield. With no destroyers out in the battlefield, that Devour magic, excuse me, there's no Devour magic, and without Devour magic, well, the additional bonus damage could just be enough. Panda looking to back away, and at the 22-minute mark in this game, well, both sides are finally creeping. All right, Crypt Fiends are getting added back in. We do see some meat wagons in here as well. The problem is going to be, well, the Griffins are going to be targeting those meat wagons pretty regularly. Lich does have Frost Nova. There's a, well, Fork Lightning, Breath of Fire across multiple units, catching some of those meat wagons, and we are also looking at Frostworms. Frostworm, 2 Frostworms out and about. Damage going to add up. There goes 1 Abomination. Death Coil a day late and $1 short there, as the Griffins are now going after the Abominations pretty easily. Another Abomination, however, able to back away. Fork Lightning continuing to find, as we're looking at Web slowing things down. Continuing to fight this battle up here. Frostworms looking to put pressure onto the Griffin Riders. Griffin Riders are getting Holy Light. Level 2 Holy Light doing its job, trying to keep all of these units alive here. 87 supply compared to 80, as the units are just constantly getting replenished over and over. Staff of Sanctuary, Death Coil, I believe another unit there, as the Death Knight down to 67 hit points, able to back away. Absolutely clutch right there. Todd taking once again the supply lead, but how much is it going to really hold? As we see, Todd, it does have this expansion off over here as well. All right, he's going to hold this expansion, and he's also taking the bottom left too. Armies looking very strong here. Frostworm Gargoyles now making their way over. It looks as though Todd realizes, you know what, I need to try and defend this expansion. I need to bring a fight here. If EnTe doesn't choose to fight me, or if only chooses to fight me when he's ready, well, he's not going to get any... if he's more ready, well, it looks like Todd will be more ready to try and defend as well. No Arcane Tower over here at the 3 o'clock expansion, and no towers at all from Todd at the, well, I'll call the 8 o'clock expansion. So what are EnTe's options? EnTe will have to pick and choose his fight here, making sure that he has the absolute right composition. Dark Ranger finally clearing out the close red or close green creep camp after urban development has moved well, some of those buildings within what 10 feet of that creep camp there. Claws of Attack +5 actually being left behind by the Dark Ranger as the Staff of Sanctuary going to save a Dragonhawk Rider again. Potion of Mana, Potion of Healing, interesting item choices. Frost Nova could be coming across as well. Death Knight with level 2 Unholy Aura. Ghouls are going to make their way over, and because there's no tower, ghouls are all it's going to take to try and put the pressure here. Fly Machine's going to look to engage 6 ghouls, going to able to easily finish off this expansion harassment as the Fly Machines make their way over. Are coming back across here, Frost Nova onto the trailing group of units as the units are now trying to make their way back. Holy Light saving that Naga Sea Witch. Units are going to turn back around and now look to engage as well. No Breath of Fire. Panda could be in a little bit of trouble, down to 600 hit points. There's that Breath of Fire disease cloud from the meat wagons, spreading, well, disease across the entire battlefield. 86 supply compared to 71. Death Knight with the Death Coil save. Are we going to see some well, Shackles? Yes, Shackle number 1 now done. This guy is still silenced as one Frostworm going to easily get taken down. All right, Staff of Sanctuary saving another unit. Death Knight of EnTe trying to retreat back. This is not looking good at all as EnTe going to lose another unit as well. Death Knight unable to follow this up. Are we going to see another Breath of Fire? We are. Another Breath of Fire, another tap onto that Obsidian statue. It gets taken down, and I believe EnTe is up against the ropes, getting absolutely pummeled by ToD. ToD with a serious advantage now, 85 supply compared to 51. ToD also with level 3 Drunken Brawler on the Griffin Rider. And that is essentially level 2 critical strike and level 2 evasion on that Panda right now. If you're looking for how powerful that is, a level Drunken Brawler itself is much better there. Level 2 Drunken Brawler is better than level 1 evasion and level 1 critical strike. So I believe level 3 Drunken Brawler is just as effective or nearly as effective as level 2. Well, Shackled Frostworms is something that should happen fairly often in terms of counterplay. Oftentimes it doesn't happen because Crypt Fiends are able to web down those Dragonhawk Riders. It's always a dangerous consideration trying to go for a channeling air unit when your opponent has an auto cast that can shut it down. Town Hall here. Well, ToD finally getting the memo that he needs some can't even speak straight. It needs some towers over here at the expansion. It looks like EnTe is just trying to do a little bit more of a last-ditch effort to try and pull something together. It is 1 base versus 2, and that 1 base only has 2 more minutes of mining left. Breath of Fire coming back across, catching more units. Staff of Sanctuary continuing to save. Fly Machines having nothing really to attack as the web also coming back across here. Panda still with plenty of mana gets in a 204 critical strike. And yeah, that is level 2, almost level 3 critical strike range. And critical strike damage from that Brewmaster. Brewmaster with what 503 damage, dealing a lot of bonus damage right there. And now setting up an Arcane Vault, the last outpost for ToD, as the Lich, Death Knight, and Dark Ranger are trying to make their way over. Are so far silence. All right, more Griffins just pummeling the sides as well. Finishing off that Obsidian statue is the key target. Once that Obsidian statue is gone, EnTe will lose the majority of his staying power, and the War of Attrition will just take an even bigger toll. However, the Griffins unable to catch up to the Obsidian statue, as it does have a fast movement speed because of that Unholy Aura. Units are going to try and engage again. In comes the Lich, Frost Nova slowing things down, and these hit and run tactics as annoying as they are extremely effective. Breath of Fire coming across multiple units here. Obsidian Statue purposely staying in the back. Lich trying to escape, gonna get the Death Coil for the save. No Orb of Fire to prevent some of that healing as the 400 hit point heal is effective. 57 supply compared to 78. Main, well, expansion is about to be mined out here in just a moment. And with that, well, goes all of EnTe's um, chances. It feels like ToD has just outplayed the economic game here on Tide Hunters, taking these two expansions here and basically, well, being able to mine nearly double the amount of gold, and still EnTe is holding on. Flying machines are trying to find their target. Silence there. A giant Frost Nova slowing down much of that army. And it really is that back line Obsidian statue that's making the difference here. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary or Holy Light? No, we are not. Cold Arrows going down onto the Death Knight. And ToD just doesn't want to seem to make a mistake. Army size 51 compared to 67. You got to remember, ToD's army is actually not that much larger than EnTe's, even though there is a close to a 20 supply difference. 51, no, 60, no, never mind. That's actually quite large. 16 supply. That is quite large indeed. ToD EnTe recover about 15 supply. Well, if ToD lets the Death Knight get to level 5, that will be bad news. Not because a level 5 Death Knight is going to shift the game that much, but the fact that ToD would have lost enough units to get that Death Knight to level 5. It's one of those cause and effect types of things. When your opponent heroes level up, you're like, oh, I lost eventually because that the Lich was at level 5 and the Death Knight was at level 5 and they were able to do a lot of damage. Like, well, at this point and stage in the game, you kind of gift wrapped it level 5 to that Death Knight, and you can't really be doing that. Frost Nova finding a major damage across all of the units. Once more, Gargoyles are going to try and dive on in, and here we are, Flak Cannons shutting down many of those Gargoyles as well. As 44 supply compared to 78, as the Gargoyles are trying to go after those Griffins. Flying Machines finding a lot of the right targets. Guard Towers are here as well. 71 supply compared to 38. But I think Panda or ToD just has simply too much in the bank going for him, as we're going to see more and more engagements. One Knight does eventually get taken down. Breath of Fire finishing off a Crypt Fiend. Obsidian Statue now trying to back away. Death Knight sitting at 4.5 as we're seeing more damage add back in. All right, more Silence coming on through. Fork Lightning coming back. Panda is going to be able to get enough damage as the Obsidian Statue stays alive at 94 hit points. All right, fight amongst the towers. That is not the place where EnTe wants to do a fight, obviously, but he has really no choice between the two expansions. He wants the one where the reinforcements, if there are any, can come in a bit more quickly. Panda, Breath of Fire. Come on, just finish off that Obsidian Statue. No, Silence right there, as there are a couple more bits of damage here. All right, Silence seeming to last forever and a day. Are we going to be getting in a Breath of Fire? Dark Ranger about to get taken down. Death Coil finding the Lich again, but the Death Knight, well, doesn't have enough healing in him. ToD, with a monstrous resource advantage, able to take the victory here, allowing his army and his items, well, his gold, to build a larger army, stronger items that translate into a hero lead as well. Interesting opening. Panda versus Lich first, in a human versus undead matchup. And we are seeing this transition away from casters, as priests really do just fall apart a bit too easily compared to the undead army. Even with level 3 Frost Nova constantly hitting that tightly clumped up group of units of ToD, it wasn't enough to finish it off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the strategies in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.